Hi guys, just going to show you some of my earliest stuff I got. Some people have asked me my early items, what I've acquired and that. I'm just going to show you my favourite stuff which I acquired. Going to start off with Kung Fu Monthlies, because to me they're the best magazine ever to come out on Bruce. I don't think that'll ever get topped. Well, definitely won't. But you know, it came out in like late 70s to 80s. Numbers 1 to 79 in the UK. A couple of specials at the end. But this is what they are. Got a set of them. Keep them in little sleeves, and they all, every one obviously opens out into a poster of Bruce. These are the UK ones, obviously. A great set of magazines, poster mag, sorry. Got number one to 50 in here. I'll just show you some of the covers. I would imagine most of you have seen them if you're Bruce fans, or you'll probably have them. But this is what they look like. It's a great set. Definitely by far the best magazine out there on Bruce. One thing what makes it more good is, you know, I was collecting them when I was a kid. So, you know, I was young in the 70s, and it's just great that you could get all this stuff. You know, you go into a shop back in the 70s and there would be Bruce on the up with the magazines. I mean, you don't see that very often in this day and age. But yeah, that's the way it was back in the 70s, you know. Kung Fu was like rife everywhere. Everywhere you looked, there's Kung Fu stuff. There's a bit of a Kung Fu epidemic going on. This is the other ones. I've got the first 50 in there, and the rest in this one, a few more. I've had to get a few better condition ones over the years, because a couple were very tatty where I used to have them on the wall and that when I was a kid. Big regrets on doing stuff like that now, and cutting stuff up, which we all probably done when we was younger. I know some of my fellow collectors have often said that they would cut their stuff up, and I think I did the same. But there you go. But that's what they look like. That's number 1 to number 79. But they're a great set of magazines to have, and well worth having. Actually, I'll show you the last one there. That's number 79 there, which was the last one to come out, and a few specials after. Well, I might as well show you these. That's the Bruce Lee JKD poster mags, what came out, set 12. That's the first few in there, the first few in there. They're old as well. It must be early 80s for the JKD posters. They came with black and white photographs in, which I have. Well, actually I'm missing one if I remember rightly, but I will pick it up eventually. But that's probably my favourite magazines on Bruce. Poster magazines, I should say. I'll shut them up a minute. A couple of my early magazine books I had, well, magazines I presume. Bruce Lee King of Kung Fu one, which is obviously, I would imagine most people got it. It's old and it's big. 1974 one, you know, I can remember buying this. I bought a couple actually, because one I had one which I cut up to put pictures over the wall as well, so I'm glad I bought two at the time. You can see it's so old, it's so faded now. It's got that old feel to it as well. It's mainly black and white, but there are colour pictures in there of Bruce as well. It's a great magazine to have. Like I said, it's good memories for me, because God, it's even advertising the old I forget what they were called now. On the back, actually that ad was on quite a lot of magazines back then. As you can see, look, 30p, look, jeepers, you won't get as if you get magazines like that nowadays. Another old one, I think this is 74 as well, the Bruce Lee scrapbook, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's 74 as well on this one. Bought this one as well, new, and this is probably my original one, because I didn't actually buy two of this one. Or did I? Actually, I think I did, because I got that picture in some cutouts of Bruce. So I probably did cut this one up as well. Yeah, I did. I remember having that picture up, actually. Just a centre picture of Enter the Dragon. More Enter the Dragon. Obviously, these other movies were in there as well. But they're good to have, like I said, and it's all memories for me, because this is the sort of stuff I bought when I was a kid. Another one, look, 35p, look. And look what we got to pay for it now. Another, probably one of my early books, I think it's 74. I can't be sure, I've sealed it at the moment, because I had to take it out of my cabinet, because I had this one on show. It's either 74 or 75. Other colour poster in there as well, which is in there, with Bruce with the dragon behind him, if I remember rightly. Cool poster. Funny thing was, I actually lost that poster from many years ago, but I managed to pick another one up on eBay. So he's back in there now, and he won't be going anywhere. A couple of big posters, which I used to have on the wall when I was a kid. This one's very faded. There are actually a couple of spots of mould on there now as well, where it's so old. In fact, this probably could be the earliest one I ever had poster-wise, big one. I do believe 74 on this one, yeah. So that's probably my earliest one I ever had up. Hence the reason why he's quite tatty. Same as this one. Another very early one. I have two similar on this one, from Bruce, from the cave scene from Enter the Dragon. 75, that one. So if you watched my video the other day, I have got one on the wall as well. So they're very old. That's probably the two earliest ones I had up. And to be honest with you, that Enter the Dragon one's not that bad condition, considering it was up on the wall. If you remember rightly, I had this one up there as well, which I showed you on the video, which is a similar one from the caves. He's 74 or 75 as well. So I can remember looking. I can't show you the date because it's behind the cabinet. But I'm pretty sure he's 74 or 75 as well. I've got other ones as well, big ones like this. Early ones too, maybe a little bit older than these. Probably maybe 76, 77. But some of them don't have dates, which is a bit of a pain. But I couldn't have shown you them because it's a pain in the ass when you're holding the phone as well, trying to film your stuff and unravel posters. So I thought I'd just show you those two, because I know that they're very, very early ones. But I've no doubt some of you guys out there will have them, the same as you will probably have the KFMs. You should have, if you're a Bruce collector. You know, they're very early editions and well worth having. You know, I can't imagine not having it, to be honest. I feel like Bruce has been in my life from such an early age. You know, I was 7 years old when Bruce died, and probably not a day gone past when he don't come into my thoughts. You know, such a shame he was taken away from us at such a young age. You know, such a sad thing that it had to happen, but you know, that's life. But that's just a few items I wanted to show you, early ones, and I don't know if there's anything else owed in some of these. There might be, actually. Other oldish ones, yeah. After the KFMs, these were owed ones as well. The Dragon poster set. Not all Bruce, so I've only got the ones when he's either on the cover or he's in the poster. Obviously he's on the cover of that one. I think he must be, yeah, Bruce Lee was the poster of that one. I think Bruce must have been the poster in there. It's on the cover there. These are owed as well. I don't know the dates of these. There must be 70s, early 80s, probably 70s, some of these, very early 80s. Funny thing is, I can still remember buying this one. It's weird how you get thoughts like that in your head and you can remember buying certain things. On that one, that's a different one, Popster label. It's great posters in these. You know, I remember having all these on my wall. Great posters back in the day. I do love the 70s. It was such a great era. Certainly a lot better than what we live in now. These are all owed. And that one's not the different label one. As you can see, the price is like 25p, look. As if we would get it for that nowadays. Another early one. I'm not sure on the date of this one. That's a good one. That's not a poster, it's just a book. But he's owed as well, if I remember rightly. Kung Fu Superstars. Cool. See how old it is on the back. Look, if you look at the back, advertising, cinema stuff. Way of the Dragon, Beach of the War Gods, and Stoner. All 70s martial arts stuff. But I just wanted to show you just a few early items. You know, they look great. Just a shame that they're not still releasing stuff like this. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. And feel free to leave any comments at the bottom.